I'm alive! Live. Hello, fellow comic book worms. This is Don Man. I'm doing my one of those art streams. I want to commit myself to practicing more often than not. So here I am. I'm going to practice my art, and here's my art cam. It's a pretty shaky art cam, and my timer right there. I'm going to time it 10 minutes. I'm going to draw one of my favorite ladies. Let's see, add her to the stage for temporarily. That's my reference. Uh, I choose this particular image because it's something I want to draw. She's beautiful. And things that I have a difficult time drawing are these decorations, these curvatures on what do you call that, breastplate. Things like that are hard for me to draw, so I'm gonna draw all those things, but in a limit of 10 minutes using my pen. So, so I'm going to remove her, make my art cam the main dude, and go from there. And hopefully, I get something done. This is hopefully I'll capture some pencil noise so that I have some kind of a drawing ASMR. I don't know if that's going to work out or not, but as soon as I click on this, I'm going to start drawing and I'm going to go silent. I probably won't talk unless I may whisper something. I don't know. But so, am I ready to draw? Am I ready to draw? Okay. There's Gal Gadot. She's a little bit far away for me to, but I could zoom in and out, so that's okay. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Yeah, she's looking this way. Ears up there. Neck or shoulders about right there. Breast. Arm. All right. I think that's how outline's gonna go. Her eyes right here and right here. Her ears gonna be about right, right there. Her nose. She may be too long. Her nose right there. Her lips right there. Something like that. Okay. Eyes right here, right here. So I do. Sometimes there's a back too dark. I just give a rough eraser. Come closer. Yeah, too much noise going on now. Hmm. Oh, wow, I only got 3 minutes left. Too big there. Okay. Ah, shit. Hey, hello, guys. Hello, strange dog. How are you? And hey, aggressive, relaxing. How's my fart machine doing? I'm drawing. I don't know. Okay, can you show it? Oh, I have to show it here. Thanks, Dagger. I'm drawing. This is my reference. So I'm trying to draw. I'm trying to exercise. Do this in 10 minutes quickly as possible. Oh, did I say thank you? I hope I say thank you. You saying welcome, bro? Okay, thanks. Thanks, welcome, thank you. Okay. I hope I say thank you. I don't know if I said thank you or not. CJ said I'm not good at saying thank you, so. Well, whatever. Okay. I have to take a little breather because I'm trying to draw really quick, and I'm gonna do that one more time. Hopefully I'll do a little bit better job this time around. I'm gonna remove her from the cam. And hopefully I'll get something that I could make it's good enough to make a little shorts out of, hopefully. So this is, oops, I want this guy to show again one more time. Let's see. Am I ready? Am I ready to go? I'm ready. Let's go. Okay, let's detail on the face this time around because I spent too much time on the face on last time around. But I do want to make the eye looks right no matter what. Anyway, ready, set, go. All right. I'm just gonna skip the. Oh, that might be too big. I cannot skip that. Start over. I'm gonna start over. Stop. I'm gonna start over. Erase everything because that's just too big. I do need a little circle and all that stuff. I need it. Hello, Win. How are you? Look, Win. Yes, sir. Yeah, I have to relax. Yeah, I have to relax. Very loose. I probably need to. I probably need to drink a beer. Hold on. If I don't get it done this time around, I'll try. I try to drink me one beer before. Let's see. All right. Yes, sir. Start with your base form. All right. Start with my base form. Okay. And have fun. That's the key. Have fun. You're right. You're right. You're right. Okay, I gotta go. Loosen up. Loosen up. Loosen up. Try to have fun. Let's go. Base form. Start. Circle. Mm. Her neck right there. Her her shoulder, arm. Come in here. Okay, let's do that. Eyes. Right there. Nose. Lips. Okay. Wow, I'm getting worse. That's all right. Ah, I'm not relaxed at all. Mm. I should look at the picture sometime. Oh, that's looks too big. Well, guys won't complain. 29 seconds. I don't know what to do besides darken things. I just don't have enough time. Some shades. Have a nutcracker music on there, huh? All right, all right. Hey, Trev. Aaron, how are you? What is this? Yeah, I'm doing the 10-minute challenge. Oh, I keep on forgetting where's the cameras are at. We got 2 cameras here. So this is my second try. I think my first one was better, honestly. I don't know. But I messed up on her face. I think her nose is really messed up too. Yeah, I spent more time on her face than on first one. I wanted to spend less time on it, then everything suffered. I gotta have the face first. Better? Okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the encouraging words, guys. All right. You know what? I'm gonna go get me a beer. Maybe if I drink a little beer, I'll be a little more relaxed. So, let me see if I could turn on the music. Hold on. The StreamYard has music, right? Right, Trev? Banners. Let's see. Maybe not. Background music, yeah. Acoustic cinematic, dance pop, daydreaming, feeding the ducks into space. I guess I gotta play some of this. That's the 2 last. About this one. You know what? I'm gonna play WAP and see if I could do it a little bit faster. You know? Uh-oh. Night driving usually. Oh no, not ducks. Volume 19, okay. Hold on. $19. Are you doing the dark color thingy? 19. Hey Ben Compton, what's up? I'm doing some little drawing exercise. This is my second attempt. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get me a beer. Yeah. By the way, Aaron, you want to get on and take a challenge with me? I've got more shit on my desk now. And now I could just spill this all over my drawing if I don't like it. It could, but I'm working right now. Okay. Would if I could. I'm assuming, you know. I'm assuming would if I could, but I'm working right now. That's what. Okay. Okay. So is this a sound coming through? Mm. I need a little more than that. Ah. Kick back, just a little kick back a little bit. Sorry, how to type driving, you know. Sorry, how to type driving, you know. You got it. Okay. Okay, so my sound coming through and music is coming through. Ah. Okay, one more time. Then the last, I'm gonna on my last try. I'm just gonna go right to ink. There's, where's I want this time to show on my camera. Did the time show it on the camera? Shoot. That doesn't show at all. Go this way. Kind of shows. Another little squeezed space. Let's see. Okay, one more time. I'm drawing. This is my reference. I'm drawing her. Okay, that's relax. One more sip of beer. What's up, Strawhead Comics? Wow, I'm seeing some new names on this stream. I had seems like art coach right there, teacher. Wayne was new for me. I've seen Strange Dog comic before. And Rawhead Comics new. Sleepy's not new. Hello, Sleepy. How are you, sir? How are you, Damien? Next time you want some to draw with, send me an invite. Oh, I have to send you invite right now if you want. Hold on. But I'm gonna. you You are someone I knew before, but you never won news, Sleepy. You never knew. Something new always with you. I'm a comic book, just switch my name. Oh, okay. Yeah. Does anybody want to draw with me? Could draw with me. You have to show me what you're drawing. Yeah, I'm setting up rules. Show me what you're drawing, and then wait. Straw Hat Comics, are you the kid I know? Got marriage couple today. Cool. Yeah, I have a couple of those. Doom marrying a Sue Stone. That doesn't sound right when you say Doom marrying a Sue Richards because I don't know. Is it Sue Richards or Sue Stone? I don't know. Okay. I'm trying to find the right position where full page is showing. Right there. Full page is showing. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. The kid who's showing off his dad's collection, right? Okay, I remember you. You keep on changing your name. You change, but I think that this is the third time I noticed that you changed. Okay, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna turn off the music, because I want my pencil sound to come through when I'm making my shorts. So I want my pencil sound to come through. So I'm gonna turn off the music. Sorry guys, no music. Hello Nostalgia, how are you? I'm going on silent mode. Relax, have fun, draw my Wonder Woman, and get the base first. Relax, have fun. Oh, somebody's here. How are you, sir? Hello? Can you hear me?
Nice. Is that working?
Yes, sir. It's working.
Woo-hoo.
I hear you now. All right. What do you got going on?
I just finished this.
Whoa! Look at that. Wow. So you're Win, right?
Yeah. I used to live down in Costa Mesa.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you Vietnamese?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. You're the perfect guest for tonight. You know why? Guess why?
Yeah, I can hear you.
No, guess why you're the perfect guest tonight?
How come?
May is on my channel and 5 other channels. We are celebrating Asian American Heritage Month, and so we've been interviewing these artists and writers from Asia, Pacific Islanders, Hawaii. Well, I don't know if we had Hawaiian, but yeah. So we had various artists coming in. We did interview with them. They tell us, but they're how they grew up in the United States, if they grew up in the United States, and So yeah, and then what they work on and what kind of art they make or what kind of story they tell in comic books. So yeah, so you're a perfect guest. And today is the first time we met, right? Is it the first time we met?
Or, first time we met.
Did I meet you somewhere else because I mean, I do have poor memory, but I don't think I will forget local wind. You ready to go?
Yeah. What do you do? What do you want to do?
I'm practicing. I'm practicing Wonder Woman. What about
Right.
you?
Here, let me if you want to take a look, like if you are planning to do any objects and stuff like that.
Sure.
Like, when you do a base form, especially
Mhm.
Wonder Woman, like
Mhm.
it's just basically you do a circle, right?
Yeah.
You
Right.
have your center line.
Yeah.
You always use that center line. So
Sure.
when you use that center line, you can actually start forming the objects, right?
Uh-huh.
Then you can actually see what I'm doing?
Uh-huh.
The anatomy, right?
Right. Uh-huh.
Then you can start forming the subject based on that, right?
Yeah.
Everything else falls into place afterwards, right? So if you are drawing Wonder Woman, see, it's really quick. You get really, really quick. So
Man, look at you.
eyeballs, your nose, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that. Then hairline, everything else, the ears, right? Then your neck. Then again, it's just go really loose. Because I noticed when you're doing this stuff, like when you're drawing Wonder Woman, you're like busy trying to do scratchy bits, right? But just go loose. Just go loose. Like when you do live sketching, it's always loose. You just build your forms. Then within minutes, things you can start breaking down. You know how the nose. There's always this portion of the forehead. Like everything kind of falls into place after that.
Just loose. So
just keep very, very loose. Just keep very, very
keep it light. You mean like keep it light?
Yeah. Just keep it light. Afterwards, a lot of the stuff that you go through is basically all you're doing now is if you are you want to get into further detail, right? Then you can get into. This is where again it's a lot of it is you're just going very, very light, right? But at the same time, when you're drawing stuff, I have these basic forms that I do, right? So the eyes, the nose, see? Most of the eyes and stuff. And all you have to do is just use the edge of your pencils, see? As you can start to form the shape. And don't be afraid to tilt your drawings.
Yeah.
See that? And then the shape starts to fall into place. Right? Then there's always this collarbone portion.
Collarbone, yes.
That I always fall for, right? Then for the breast itself, I always do these lines. Let me remove that. So for the breast itself, I always do these lines, right? So now based on the shape itself, there's always this rib cage portion, right? So as you fall, see, it's just basically that's all you're doing is just doing these shapes because that's all it is, right? After that, it's really up to you how. See, everything else is kind of formed on its own. Proportion wise, I forget how her hair works, but proportion wise, see, you can just.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool. Thanks for noticing my dark lines. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Just relax. Just
relax and draw lightly. You know what? I'm gonna turn off the timer. I'm gonna do what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna relax a little bit. Drink
Just
a little
work on
beer.
the shape itself.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I think I need to be
See,
relaxing a little bit.
after that, you can start doing, whatever shape. And like
Yeah,
this is typical Wonder Woman stuff, right?
right, right.
Because after
Cool.
that, it's just everything else is just an eraser. If you want to go in and start fixing stuff. Right?
Oh, I need one of those things. Your the roller eraser.
No, it's just a knee eraser. It's just a knee eraser, right?
Yeah, neat. Yeah.
It is. Let me see if I can. Like I got crates of it. I'm trying to remember where I put it.
So, what's your background, bud? Are you a professional artist?
Yeah, I used to work. I used to live down in Costa Mesa, and but now I'm in Toronto.
Oh, you're Canadian or?
I'm Canadian. Yeah, back around 90, 95, 96, I moved out there, and I started working in the film industry. I was a visual effects guy. I was the art department for effects stuff.
Oh, cool.
So I was just doing storyboards, concept art. We were just
Oh, cool. Oh, you know storyboarding. Oh, you know Eric Yamo.
I
Hold on.
haven't worked in that industry since 2006 or 2005.
Let me look.
Right.
Let me look up his name. I don't want to goof up his name. His name is Eric Yamamoto. Eric Yamamoto.
Okay.
He worked on. He's a storyboard artist, and he worked on like Marvel movies. He was on my channel, our channel
Yeah, that's
for
cool.
the Asian American Regiment.
I was just
I guess-
browsing through for live stuff, and because I was just finishing, I was on Whatnot I was just doing this cover.
Oh, is that is it commission work or is it a?
No. What I do is every Friday I stream. I pull a sketch cover out of my my bucket, and I draw and I ink and I use acrylic paint. Copic markers, those kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I do that live, and the
And you sell it on Whatnot?
Yeah, Whatnot.
Okay.
It's kind of like eBay for comic book.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the place, but I just don't need another rabbit hole to fall into.
Yeah.
But that's amazing work you got there.
Yeah, I do these too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So these are gouache.
That's gouache. That's okay. So
That's
are
gouache.
they similar to like a acrylic painting?
I do. This is acrylic,
Oh, that's acrylic. Okay.
right? Then I do a lot of sketch cards.
Wow. Wow.
So-
I mean, I'm so lucky today that I got you for my guest.
So,
And wow.
so this is
Oh, look at that. Oh, I love that. I love that.
that's acrylic. So that's on a blank sketch cover like that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
The reason why I use acrylic is some of these covers they're the older books. They have a gloss to them,
Uh-huh.
so the ink doesn't always stick. So I ended up
Ah.
using like acrylic markers to do the layouts. Then a lot of this is all like paint, right? So
Wow,
I
that's-
use like ink wash.
Wow.
So these are acrylic ink wash. Let me turn on some more lights here for you. There you go.
Cool. That's awesome. That is what is that character?
That is
It's all-
Ultron.
Ultron. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have him. I had the idea of him like assembling himself, as you can
Oh, that's so cool.
see, right? So he's in Tony's lab, and he's slowly putting himself together, right? So you can see. So it's all like he's got the wires underneath, and right.
Hey, John. I am in Seattle, John. I am in Seattle, John.
Okay.
I'm gonna head on out to DC in June 1st. But oh wow, that's awesome, man.
Right.
Wow, that's and so you are you working or are you right now? I mean, working at some big company or are you just being
I
independent?
used to do I used to do a lot of cover work
Mhm.
for like Marvel, DC. A lot of it is all variants. So
Okay.
I have a lot of variant stuff. Like I do a lot of comic book covers for variants for indie books and stuff like that. Right.
Yeah. Okay. So you go to like a con and you sell at con and stuff. You.
I used to be doing the con stuff, but
uh,
just September of last year, I had a little bit of a heart attack.
oh
So
my goodness! I'm sorry to hear that.
oh no, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Good. Good.
I'm recovering, so no
Uh,
con for me this year. It's just so I sit at home, and I found out there's a thing called Whatnot, and I decided to go
uh,
online and sell these. Right, like I
uh,
draw these live, like
yeah.
commission pieces, and so you know.
What is your IG? What is your IG? So we could.
It's at Mad Monkey Love. So
Okay, hold on.
yeah.
Let me find that for you. Hold on. I gotta get the keyboard out now.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah.
I saw you drawing. I was like, oh, this is cool. I haven't.
You know, you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah. My YouTube. I'm verified. I used to have like 77,000 followers, and I kind of stopped.
Wow. Why you do that? Why you stop?
I wasn't. It was the day when Google Plus was a thing.
Uh huh.
It was the social media website kind of stuff, and I used to
Uh-huh.
draw a picture a day digitally, right? I
Yeah.
used to do stuff a little bit at a time, one day at a time. Now I just do like. Then I got married, had kids, and you know that kind of stuff, and I stopped doing the YouTube for a while, but I'm still verified, right? So
Wow. You know what? Let me get the IG again.
it's Mad MAD Monkey MONKEY then Love.
Shoot, my keyboard is getting
It's
stuck.
okay.
Mad Monkey.
Yep, Mad Monkey then Love LOVE.
LOVE.
Yeah,
Mad Monkey. Lokwin.
that's
Am I
right.
pronouncing your name right?
That's correct.
Lokwin. Okay, cool. All right, look at this. Look at this, guys. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm going to turn off one of my camera because I don't need two of these. Hold on. Uh,
Yeah, there's the Age of Ultron one there. Right? There you go. That's airbrush. You know, it's mixed media. It's pretty much mixed media. Can you still hear me? Are you still there?
this happened to be my voice thing.
Oh, okay.
so, so my voice was out.
That one was a commission piece, so that was sold.
Hmm. How much you sold that for?
About 350 around there.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
It's a lot of work, right?
Yeah, it is a lot of work, of course.
It's airbrush. It's you know.
That's beautiful though. That's just beautiful. Love it.
It's brush pens, you know, all the other stuff.
I love how you're making video just rather than just a still shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just me moving my camera. That's all.
I know, but still, I get your art station, and
Yeah.
yeah, that's that's awesome, man.
Yeah, I do stuff for like Upper Deck, Dynamite,
Uh,
all the other the card companies and stuff. I make
uh,
that on the side. They don't pay very much, but it's fun to do.
that's one you showed.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the one I just did tonight.
Wow.
So yeah, when you're drawing, just be loose. Just
Loose, right? Loose.
yeah, just be
Yeah.
loose. You're
Yes.
trying too technical. You're trying to concentrate. Like you said, you were working on the face too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I first started out, I was the same thing. You know, when I was doing stuff for storyboards, like a lot of the artists were like, "Hey, you got to be a little more loose. Don't be right, because you got to be
Right.
fast. The whole thing is about fast, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Just
I,
define your shape, then
I
only concentrate on key points that you just need right now. Then
right.
everything else will fall into place.
Right.
Like a lot of the time when you're drawing, like if if you're drawing a character or anything at all, right? A lot of the time is like you need to know your shapes, right? So for example, if I'm drawing a palm, if my palm's facing me, 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers, right?
Hmm.
Then you just got to figure out exactly where you want that finger to be, right? So if I'm doing this, then everything else is kind of connects,
Right.
right? Then
Uh-huh.
your thumb would come out, right? After that, it's like, okay, well, what do you do? Well, here, everything else is for shortening, right? Then the shoulder pieces, right? And how the breast and the muscle works. See, I can go from here, work my way. See that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I'm doing. So now I'm just doing what? Let's say Tony Stark,
Uh-huh.
right? So now it's just your foreshortening. These part of the arm, the muscles connected, the armpit. There's a couple muscles there. The rib cage, right? So there you go, right? Then you can start connecting stuff after that. It's just everything else is just fall, but everything kind of falls into place once you get used to. Like when I first started, it was always been, straight center line, head, chest. You know what I mean?
I understand.
Like this, right? Arm, stuff like that. That's how you just do that a couple dozen times, then things fall into place, and this is all this
Mm.
little things, right?
Mm. You may everyone say you do a lot of Transformers, huh?
I do like the let's see. So this is a commission piece that I got to finish.
Miss Southern Belle, you're such a beautiful artist. Miss Southern Belle says.
Oh, thank you. Again, like if you're doing Transformers and stuff, right? It's
Right.
the same principle. It's just keeping that shape, right? So here is what I do is I use these microns with the fine pen just to get. It's like when I'm doing comic book colorings or something like that. I consider this as my underpainting,
Uh-huh.
right? So I always draw the pose. It's just the same shape of the head, the body, and everything else. If you look carefully at my red lines, you can actually see like they all fall into place, same shapes, same. All I'm doing is just thinking everything else in squares and
Mhm.
tubes, and
When I see those kind of drawing, I realize how lazy I am because I just want to get it. I just want to get those shapes out there, but
yeah.
I mean, those take some what do you call it? Discipline, control, and
It's if you do it enough,
it
Uh-huh.
kind of becomes second nature.
Mm.
It's gotten to a point where I don't always need those lines anymore. I kind of like if I start drawing the eyes, I know where the nose is going to be.
Right,
It's
right.
muscle memory, right? Like anything
Yeah,
you do, it becomes muscle memory. The more you can hold a pencil and draw, that's the thing, right?
right,
Like
right.
a lot of my stuff is now all digital, right? So
Mm.
anytime I do anything digital, it's always for like an art director or something like that.
So, of course, since you do sell, you do want to have a analog art, right?
I'm
I mean,
sorry.
you do want a physical art that you could sell and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Like I'm doing. Usually, what I do is I end up like selling prints at a
Mm.
show. But a lot of my prints were like any covers that I do is all digital. The reason
Mm.
for it is sometimes the art director wants the character to be separated from the background,
Right, right, right,
right?
right. Yeah, right.
So they want my Photoshop file, my layer file, right?
Mhm.
Because I can quickly comp shadows and quickly comp lighting
Mhm.
scenarios, send it to
Right.
the art director, and the art director will, yeah, this is how we want the layout to be, right?
Uh,
Like a lot of the time when I'm doing pieces, this is where I use these gray tone markers in, right?
mm.
I
Mhm.
start off with like, if I'm doing something, whatever that character is. So let's say here I can start. Okay, well, if the light source, let's say he's shooting some stuff here, so well, okay, well, it's gonna have to be a darker, see a darker tone on this side. So I'll just do, you know,
Yeah.
some light sources. So at least I can send it to the art director and go, hey, what do you think of that, right? So those are the kind of things I could do when I break down the scene for them. So as you can see, I can start doing these elements, right?
Mm. Wow, this is awesome. This is I don't know how I feel so lucky today.
I
To
was
be
just
on.
browsing around on YouTube Live. I was just bored because I just finished. Then I saw, hey, somebody's drawing. I was like, oh, okay, gotta be more loose, right?
Well, I'm glad I was. I'm glad I got your notice.
Right?
If we didn't see that I was, if I was, you thought I was just drawing loose and being professional about it, you probably skip
No,
me.
no. Let's see if I can find my. Let me see if I can find some of my sketchbooks. Like, let's see. So I get these books from the Dollarama or the Dollar Trees. So see.
Oh, look at that! Wow, look at that.
So I love these brush pens,
Mhm.
right? Because I get like the Pentel brush pen. There's two types, right?
I got. Oh yeah, I got the
Right. I don't like these because it uses pressure as a constant flow.
Nah, yeah, I don't like that either.
Okay, so it's great if you're inking solid lines and you need to cover a lot of space. I use that a lot for a lot of dark spaces. I like these because I can squeeze the end
Uh-huh.
and the ink will flow into the tube, right? So
Yeah.
this is replaceable. So I have these cartridges that I just replace.
Ah,
Right.
yeah, okay.
So it's like the old fashioned because I got buckets of paintbrushes, right?
Yeah.
So I used to do the dip, dip ink and all that other stuff. I still do when it comes down to like doing washes and stuff
Right.
or gray tones. But I like using these because I can control if I want my brush to be dry, so it gives me that texture,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I can have these little splotchy paper, see, stuff like this,
Right.
right? I'm just randomly
Oh
trying,
man, look at that.
right?
Is it? Do you? Okay, hold on. Let me ask you. Do you use any white pen or did you draw black around it?
This is so I use these red pencils.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can find my box here. So I have these crimson. They're like color pencil, but they're erasable Prismacolor.
Oh yeah, I have those like blue ones. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My problem is I used to use a lot of the blue ones, but the blue ones are my eyesight. I'm 52 now, so
Okay.
my eyesight isn't as great as used to be with the blue, so I use the
Yeah.
red.
Okay. My eyesight is horrible too. I'm 60,
Right.
so
Yeah.
yeah.
So the red portion is, I don't know if you can see the red. The red.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I see the red.
That's what that is. That is just the
Yeah.
red pencil that I do.
Uh-huh.
Then I just go over with my brush pen.
Oh, okay.
So
So you don't have any white in there. You just
no,
join
none
the-
whatsoever. None whatsoever.
Okay, that's what I'm asking. Is that
Yeah.
to me? I find that to be really hard. Just you
Yeah.
know, basically you are not drawing those parts,
Yeah. I'm not drawing those parts.
right?
I'm what I do is I do these exercises like you do.
Okay.
I do these exercises where what kind of texture I can create with this, just the pen, just the brush pen itself,
Right.
right? Then later on, I do things like, okay, what can I do with acrylic ink wash,
Right.
right? What can I do? Can I paint an entire picture in blue
Yeah.
or in green or in teal or something like that? Because when you do that, you're playing with tonal value,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you're
Right.
working with tonal values. It's all about negative space, how you
Yeah.
lay out that negative space,
Right.
right?
Wow, that's beautiful.
So you get like, right? I'm just being loose, just letting
Loose. Okay.
the pen
Right.
do the work.
I have to
Letting the
remember that
pencil do the
word.
work.
Yeah.
Right?
Loose.
Just being loose, just being very
Right.
loose, right? So I'm like, see how I do the trees?
Mm.
It's just me using the red pencil
Yeah.
as negative space to
Love
draw
it.
your
Love
eyes, to form that. So I'm letting the texture of the paper come through to give you that. These are dollar store sketchbooks.
Oh my
Cost
gosh.
$2 and something Canadian for these books, but you
I
know
feel,
they're cheap.
I feel shameful for buying these expensive sketchbooks.
I do have high end paper, but those are for commission works,
Okay, yeah. Okay.
right?
Yeah.
These are just me messing around, right?
Yeah, but those are beautiful work, man.
Right? Like just trying out, you know, like here, right? Like even just negative space, just letting, you know, see what I
Yeah.
can do with the brushes and stuff,
Mm.
right? I should scan some of these, and it's just like that, right?
Yeah, you should maybe you should like publish your own sketchbook.
I'm working on an art book right now, but I haven't done
Okay.
a sketchbook yet. I haven't done a sketchbook.
Well,
So,
I mean, it seems like you have enough to do a sketchbook. In my view, I don't.
See, like even this. See, I didn't finish this, right? So
Well, you don't. I mean, even that's what makes it look like a sketchbook.
yeah, like I was watching Games of Thrones, right?
Yeah.
And I love the look. I just love this blue eye look, and I think it's just a marker or pencil or something. I forget. I threw in the blue eye, right?
Yeah.
The White Walker guy.
Miss Sutton said, "Have you ever sketched on a black paper?" And what
Yes,
do
I
you
have.
call
I've been.
sketch on black paper in color.
Yeah, I've done. I think on my Instagram, there's. Oh, here's one.
Hey, unhinged.
It's not black, but it's yellow. It's
Yeah.
This is a Power Ranger that I just did the pink Power Ranger, and it's a yellow. It's a yellow cover.
Uh-huh.
So it's glossy, and you can see like the texture. Like,
Right.
I used the paintbrush. I just used. I picked this up from the dollar store. It is a blush blending. It's a makeup brush.
Right.
And I just love the soft tip of this,
Uh-huh.
where I was using it for making like smoke clouds.
Right.
You know,
Right.
like a Bob Ross thing, kind of.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And it worked really well, right?
Uh-huh.
It worked really well, and it was like I don't have to spend like I got a whole package of this for like $2 or something,
Yeah.
like 5 of these, right?
Yeah.
While, you know, my high end brush is like $60-$70 for right. I got
It goes for later.
I gotta clean it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Those you don't care. I mean.
But they work, right?
Yeah.
I save like these jumbo size markers from Dollarama to cover a lot of spaces, right? They do the trick. What I do,
reason I don't notice how expensive stuff I'm using is because I don't use enough.
yeah,
when you use the way you use your stuff,
yeah,
that's gonna really cost you, right?
yeah. This is like let's see if I can move my camera up here. You can see.
Oh my gosh! Look at that! Look at that!
Yeah, that's not all of it. I mean, this is. I still got, you know. I still got.
Yeah.
Right. I got refills. I got, you know, you name it. Right.
Well, you know, what happened was I'm interviewing all these artists, right? I'm interviewing all these great artists, you know, and there's, you know, many of them are successful in the market and everything, and they're inspiring me, right? They're inspiring me, and I'm having this little idle time here. I'm going, dang it, I want to draw. I want to be able to draw. You know? So I got on and I start drawing. I just want to do a little exercise and start drawing.
It. I mean, I do it like a lot of it is like the comic industry doesn't pay very well.
No.
It really sucks. I stopped doing sequence, right? I only do sequence when it comes to like volunteer for causes and stuff.
You mean internal artwork, internal drawings?
Like when I do comics, it's usually for charities and charity events.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you don't do much so you're basically cover artist now.
I still do cover work. Like, for example, a lot of my stuff is like something like that, right? It's all digital, 11 by 17. Right. I don't know if I can you can see that. So I'm putting it together in an art book. So this is 11 by 17. So this is the that is
Poison Ivy and
Harlequin.
Yeah.
Right.
Love that. I love those two couples.
Yeah, it's the color combinations of the green and the red and the stuff, right? Then I do these for my daughter.
Ooh.
Right?
I love that. Right? I'm a huge fan of that movie. So
yeah, I do these for like my daughter, right? So it's a lot of like it's my painting background, right? I used to paint matte paintings for movies and films, but this is pretty digital, right? Wow. So then I got into digital, and I found it a lot easier. It's a lot of cloning and faking stuff, right? So yeah, I'm putting together an art book. myself.
Yeah. You know what? I want to formally invite you to my Meet the Artist series, if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind. I don't
Yeah.
know what I can input because I don't do these like right now. I'm just sitting at home, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you have a body of work that you could show, and I mean, you do sell and whatnot. So I mean, uh, if you know, I should be able. I mean, you should have something like cars and stuff, or some cover comic books that you have that I could buy and then
Oh
give,
yeah,
give away.
like a lot of my stuff. I wish I'd like a lot of it is all like indie books for Kickstarters that
Uh-huh.
I volunteer for friends and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So I do those. I know there's a couple Kickstarters I'm working on, but it's not me. I just do that for them. And what they do is they put my variant up there, and I just get a copy. That's all it is, right?
yeah.
So,
So we had like a John Boy Myers. We had like a
oh yeah, Myers, I know.
yeah, and we had a Dave Nakayama not too long ago,
Oh
a year
wow,
ago. Yeah, he's gonna come in July though. He's not gonna come through May.
right?
But we had a Ponsat,
Yes,
the good Asian guy.
yeah.
Right, yeah. He was on our channel, and yeah, we had a bunch of known names. The one that I really like is the Eric Yamamoto. He did Marvel movies, the storyboard time. He
Yeah,
did Marvel movies. No, the Get Out. He did that.
that's awesome.
And he just started a YouTube channel himself,
Oh wow.
and he goes through and teach how to do storyboarding, and how to create the characters and stuff. So he's
That's
going through a lot of that himself, and yeah. So I'm meeting a lot of interesting people in the art industry, and because I started as a comic book collector. Now I'm like
Same here.
I'm like now I want to draw and I want to create my own comic books and stuff, and it's
That's cool.
I'm uh, I, I used to draw when I was a kid, and then I didn't pursue what you guys are pursuing, you know. But I'm drawing every day. I mean, not every day. I'm drawing, and I noticed that I'm getting a little bit better and better.
Yeah, that's
And-
how it works.
But I'm 60-year-old man. Everything
Never
in me,
too
like
late.
my body and my eyesight, everything is deteriorating, right?
Yeah, I know that.
But there's something I'm really happy that even at this age I have something that's growing in me, which is the love of art and even though it's just very very incremental,
Yeah.
that there's something that I'm improving. And I have just a free coaching right off the bat like this. And I get free teaching from the experts out there, and free inspiration and all that. So, experts out there, and free
So that, let me.
You playing me back again?
No, I'm just so that way I can. I have a little tablet on my desk because I'm turning back and forth between the my computer's behind me.
Uh-huh.
So I just turned on the tablet in front of me, so I turned down the volume. That's all it is. So
Yeah.
like I do these for like for example, I did this for Mothers Against Drunk Driving,
Oh, okay.
right? So it's MAD,
Yeah.
Mother Against Drunk Driving, and it's basically like the way this works is like these what do you call it? Grade 12 students.
Mm-hmm.
wrote the story, and they did these. I don't know if you can see the image. Let's see if I can get closer.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. So they did these, and the people at MAD asked me because I used to volunteer a lot for doing graphic designs and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And so I started creating I took their stuff and I ended up creating this out of their concept. And I did all the colors, the letters.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
So they give these away to, the police department, the fire department, the EMT, and they show up like county fairs and they give them out to kids, right?
Uh-huh.
It's all about don't drink and drive, right? So it's a short PSA and it's a cool little comic.
Actually, people collect those too. You know that?
Yeah, a friend of mine sent it away and got it graded. Let's see. It's so funny. It's on my my shelf here.
Yeah. Well. Oh, you got 9.8. Yep.
Right. So it's graded. So it's so funny. He sent it
Well,
away.
he needed to make that yellow cover.
Yeah, exactly.
He needed to make the yellow with your signature on it.
That's right. Because I do have a CGG artist thing.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
They sent me an account info because people were buying my original and sending it in to grade. So I get these blanks from my local comics.
You definitely have to come on. Let me see. We got. No, hold on. Okay, so we have a Alexandra B tomorrow on 26th. She's from Vancouver, Canada.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's a young lady. She's a cover artist. She's like I think like in the 20s or 30s.
Yeah.
And she's just she's just starting out, but she's a very talented lady. And then we have who Bernard Chang is?
Bernard, I've heard of Bernard Chang. Yes.
Yeah, Bernard Chang. He's gonna come on 27th.
Wow.
Sean Chen, you know him?
No, I'm sure they're all they're pretty young. They are pretty young.
He's coming on 29th. We haven't scheduled. You know who John Jang is, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, he's coming on. We haven't set a date with him yet. They told we have like 6 channels. My channel, Otaku channel, KB channel,
Oh, that's
Jeff
cool.
channel. We have 5-6 channel. We collaborate so we could all simulcast. So we have about 30-40 views per channel. I mean per interview. We try to give the artist the most exposure possible, right? So so we have like a 5-6 channel, and also Katie also does she also have an account on X, so we have people viewing from X,
Wow.
Twitter.
Yeah.
So and we had Ryan Odegawa, Dan Aguelo, John Boymeyer, Christy Shim, and Eric Yamamoto, Ivan Tao.
Yeah. Most of these guys are busy right now because it's con season.
Yeah, and they're still making time for us, so I'm really thankful for
nice.
that. Yeah, last year we had a field of 10. The year before that we had a Dave Nakayama. I don't know if we had some old guys like a Greg LaRoque.
Wow.
So yeah, we've been pretty. I mean, I don't know why we're not getting the view that they should get, but yeah, this is fantastic. You need to come on. And because on May 31st, what we're going to do is celebrate the Asian Pacific Islander. It's going to be a party, so we're going to do
nice.
5, 6, 7 hours of straight up streaming, and everybody can just come come in and pop out, at any time. And we're going to do. I don't know if you've seen those duck races or not, but we're going to do duck races and give away, some of the comic books. If I'm paying for everything, so I have to watch out my budget. Yeah, we're going to give a whole bunch of stuff away on May 31st. So yeah, we need to schedule it in. Did you accept my? Did you? Let me see if I got you. I'm following you. Follow me back, and then I'll send you, and maybe we could set something up.
You got it. No worries.
All right, that's awesome. I feel so lucky today. I mean,
there, just follow you back.
Oh, Otaku is he's my partner in crime.
Yeah.
He's a fellow Korean American. I'm Korean, by the way. And
yes, I know.
How do you know?
My nephews are half Korean, half Vietnamese. So
okay.
I have friends out in LA who are Korean and Filipinos and
yeah. If I tell my name, I'm often mistaken to be a Vietnamese when I speak to Vietnamese people.
Oh, I was the same when I was out in LA. I would be in in Koreatown or Little Saigon, and somebody would think I was Japanese or Filipinos or Mexican, or because our skin gets really dark in the sun, right? So
yeah. Well, because my name is Nam. Last name is Nam.
Yes.
And it's in Chinese, Korean, Vietnamese, Japanese.
Exactly.
Nam means south, right?
Yes.
So you must be Vietnamese. No, I'm not.
No, my wife's a big K-drama fan, so don't worry, I know.
Anyway, wow, this is awesome. Anyway,
I do these too, right? So I do these personal sketch cards, right?
Oh yeah,
they're all acrylic, or here. Let me see if I can. So,
how much you sold those for?
That it's usually I sell them for like $35 around there.
Okay.
But commissions are mostly like commission stuff, right? Because I do these for, let's see, can I show? I can show these, but I can't show the upper decks. But
wow, you do upper deck ones too?
Like the Ultraman series.
Right.
So I get these from, for example, Upper Deck would send me something like a stack of these, and they send me a list of characters to draw or stuff. Then, so those are the kind of things. So what I do with those is I do, so they get me to do these. So this is where you can see it's very loose, right? So this is a, what do you call it? There we go. So I planned these out. These are 5 cards together. So I have Cyclops, Rogue, Beast. So you can see my rough. Then I refined it a little bit more, how I like certain poses. And you can see my markers when I do these. The little, it's more for focusing.
Right.
So that's why I go very loose at the very beginning. I'm not worried.
Right? Well, I learned a very important lesson today. Loose, right? Loose.
Just be loose, yeah. Just be loose, right? Because you can refine it. Because it's just what I do is when I'm sketching, or somebody says, "Hey, we need concept artwork," or something. So all you're doing is the first step you're doing is just being relaxed. It's like, warming up. You're being loose.
You know what? That reminds me. I do ink whenever I go ink drawing.
Yep.
I take a very light very like gray brush, right?
Yep.
And I just do underline, right?
Yep.
And I have a lot of luck with that because you like you say, it's naturally loose.
Right.
So-
So when I'm sketching, you can see how I'm just. Then I just go in. See, I'm just darkening certain areas.
right, yeah,
Right.
yeah,
So that's just me starting to like. Once I start doing these dark lines, things are already starting to form and shape on its own.
right,
Right. So when I start drawing, see, this is like for a book, right?
yeah,
You get this idea of city and she's falling down and the whole bit, right? Then, like, as you can see, I don't erase.
you don't erase, okay,
Don't
okay.
erase because it's just
Right.
paper. It's just
Right.
paper. Just turn the page.
Yeah, right.
If you erase, I find myself, if I erase, I tend to concentrate too much on the part that I erase.
Okay, I see.
Right? And you
Ah.
forget about everything else. Then everything falls out of place and you kind of
Enjoy.
stop yourself.
Yeah,
It's that flow that because of the background of doing visual effects and concept art, we just do a bunch of them. Just a bunch.
right.
It's kind of like a 10,000 foot walk away and come back kind of thing. You're just getting your brain to process the information. So things
Yeah.
like, I'm just then you'll see things like when I come up with like ideas, it's just bits and pieces, right?
I love those. Wow.
Right.
Okay.
Like here, right? I don't like certain poses. You can see how the lines are, right?
Yeah, breakdown. Yeah.
Right. It's just like I'm trying to do. Like here's a cover that I'm working on. So this is Robin, and he's on the roof, and the idea is I want light coming up from the top, from the bottom, from the city, and there's a city background and some lights, and he's just hanging over the edge of the building. So it's a very like unique kind of feel, and I just go in and I see how things flow, right? And you can see like these.
Yeah.
I'm just like, if I make a mistake, it's no big deal. I just leave it, right? I just go on.
Oh, I love those. Yep.
It's just how I'm just slowly forming shapes.
Yeah. You got, dude. You got enough for sketchbook. You got enough for sketchbook.
I got a lot of sketchbooks, right?
Yeah, maybe so was sketchbook.
You can see like I'm working on character designs,
Yeah.
right? And
Awesome.
you'll see the shape of. I always do these circles and
Yeah, the Loomis method, right?
yeah, that's how I was taught, right?
Yeah.
That's how I was taught.
Did you go to school?
I went to there's a place up here called the Ontario College of Art. This is about 89 or so. I'm an immigrant from Vietnam due to the Vietnam War. I came to Canada when I was like 6 or 7.
Yeah. I came to the
Yeah,
United States in '74, so I came along with a lot of Vietnamese people.
yeah, the boat people and all the other
Yeah,
stuff, right?
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
so young when I came here, so I kind of grew up here playing hockey, and I thought I was, went to Catholics like boys' schools and the whole bit, right? So I kind of grew up in this area. I went to school here in Toronto, and I want to do art, but this is 89, around there, 88, 89, and this is pre-computer. You have to remember that, right?
Oh yeah, I remember those.
And my parents did not want me to be,
Of course not. Of course
They
not.
want me to
You're
be
freaking Asian
engineers.
parents. How do you win them over?
Sorry?
How do you win them over?
I did. I told them I was going to be an architect because my dad has a construction. He was a stonemason,
Mm.
and construction was still booming around that time in the late '80s. I think construction crashed up here in Canada around '95 or '96. So for me, I thought I was okay. The closest thing I can be art was architecture. So I
Right.
decided to go to. There's a university down here that teaches architecture. I decided to go there, but 6 months in, it was all about theories and
Right.
principle. Like you do study of things like Andrew Lloyd Wright, the great architect, right?
Right.
You do study about how light falls into buildings and how to use lights and stuff. And I didn't even draw.
Mm.
Right? And I got really bored. And down the street there was an art college.
Mm.
I went down and I was drawing comics.
Yeah.
I was literally drawing comics. Let me show you. I think I have. I found some pages when I did this when I was 16. It was so funny,
Just think of this as a rehearsal for the show.
right? So I did
Oh
that.
wow. Okay, okay.
And
That's
then,
from your architecture school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I did these things where I did comics where my inking ability wasn't the best at the time, but this was all quill and dip pens, right? This is back then, right? The pages are yellow and stuff like that. I found this in my parents' basement, right?
So I could see that your parents probably praise you a lot when you're a young kid. Oh, my kid knows how to draw, and they will show you drawings and stuff.
Exactly,
But when it comes to, hey, I want to be an artist, they said nope.
exactly. It's what an immigrant family is, right?
Yeah.
So I literally went down there. I applied. I got in, and I didn't tell them.
Oh wow!
3 months later, they came and visit, and they found out, and they pulled my butt out of there, and I was.
Oh gosh!
So I had to do something, and remember DeVry?
Yeah, I remember DeVry. Yeah.
Well, I applied for DeVry, and
Uh-huh.
I got in, and I graduated with a electronic engineering technology degree or whatever you want to call that stuff.
Yeah.
And at that time, it was 91, 92 when I graduated. And Sony had a subsidiary company called New Logic, I think. And they were inventing RGB monitors.
Oh, yeah.
They were doing 16 color monitors. And they hired my butt. And I started working there, and I was just bored to death. Right? That's how I learned color theories and capillary tubes. And this is before LEDs and the whole bit, right? So this is all tube-based screens and magnetic guns and the whole bit. But I got bored, and on my way home, I stopped by this small company. They were in like this weird subdivision of industrial complex. It was called DPS, Digital Processing System.
Uh-huh.
And they were building these cards that went into a computer called the Amiga. And they were working on a piece of software called Lightwave. It became Lightwave 3D. And I was helping them design FrameStore, basically taking 3D objects, frame by frame, and exporting that to film to composite. And the first project I worked on was Babylon 5.
Wow, really? Cool.
So
wow.
this is where things either went downhill from there, or I don't know what you want to, but it kind of fell into place where I was working with effects company with this board. And I got to a point where the company was sold. It was a startup,
Yeah.
and they moved my butt out to LA. I lived in Newport Beach on a producer's couch for about 6 months, living on his couch, working on film projects like Babylon 5, Star Trek TNG, all this other stuff. It was more of technical advisors. I was
Right.
part of the digital, we were trying to figure out green screen at the time.
Oh.
Right?
I want to be an artist myself. I don't know if you could tell or not, but then of course my parents taught me into becoming an engineer. I mean, they actually want me to be a lawyer, doctor, or whatever, right?
Exactly.
So engineering was like, okay, well, it's not lawyer or doctor, but engineering is okay, right? So that's they accepted that, and my thought at the time was like, I mean, my heroes were like Leonardo da Vinci's, and those guys who could engineer and be in art industry at the same time. So I thought I was thinking at the time, I'm going, hey, maybe I'll be the first one to design a canvas, digital canvas.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be the first one to design a digital canvas, and I could just paint whatever I want on a digital canvas. This is back in the when they didn't even have flat screen TV.
Exactly. Like the first tablet I worked on was with it was before Wacom, but Autodesk at the time.
Yeah. I remember Autodesk.
Serial base. Everything was serial base. It was tethered to the tablet itself. It was all this stuff. Then eventually these guys became, and we start working with them. It became Adobe Photoshop. Then Adobe Premiere. Before Adobe Premiere, it was called Video Action. It was. I was in that side of the industry for a long time. When I was working on Babylon 5, somebody saw one of my sketchbooks.
Yeah.
And it was a director. He goes, "Hey, you could draw." And I go, "Yeah," because they thought I was just a technical guy, right?
Right.
This is before visual. It was called visual effect. I just worked in the art department.
Yeah.
Right? That's what it was called, and I was learning a lot. That's how I got.
Did you work with the 3D studio?
Before it was 3D. It was before 3D. We were just like
3D studio.
Yeah, it was a company called Kinetics. It was before 3D Studio.
Oh yeah.
Kinetics. Then it was bought by Autodesk. Then eventually, I think it's Sofimage or something. I don't even know if 3D Studio.
The technology thing is that you could get left behind so quick because it has been changing so quickly since from the day those years you're talking about to now.
Yeah,
things have been changing so quick, and you have to learn new stuff every 2 years you have to learn it.
I was out there for a long time, almost 10 years, working in the industry. I was going from studio to studio. I worked with Lucasfilm or ILM. Before that, it was like Rhythm and Hues. Before that, it was we did this thing called the Personal Animation Recorder. The PAR back in the days. If you guys Google it, I don't know, like for the Amiga, and you'll see the product. That was the card.
It rings a bell for me, but I can't quite remember.
It was back then.
Man.
Yeah, in the early 2000, I think, or no, 90 or late 90 was when the VHS, the camcorders and the Betamax kind of tapes came out. And the Amiga became popular, and they were using it for wedding and all the other stuff. I was working for those companies where we were just I was just building these products and testing them with like these 3D animation software. And this is where I met animators, I met directors, I met producers, and they're like, "Oh, you can draw. Can you draw a storyboard for us?" And it's like, "Well, I don't even know what a storyboard is." And say, "Well, we'll teach you, right? You can draw, right? We'll teach you about the, you know." I learned a lot. I worked on films. I worked on all this other stuff, right? Eventually, the product I worked on, we got nominated for an Emmy.
Wow.
And well, the company got sold, and I still have the statue.
That's amazing.
Yeah, my daughter uses it for her Barbie stuff. So
Oh wow! Look at that. Wait.
yeah,
Wow.
it was like let's see if I could get the camera.
Well, let me ask you. You want to go back to those days, or you want to be a better, more successful artist?
It was those days I was single.
Ah, okay.
I was 20 something.
Right. Okay.
I was single. I slept on couches. I slept in the car. I worked for the studio, and I work night and day. We slept in the production house. We had to get stuff done. We worked on films. It was a group of friends. I still, a lot of my friends are still out there. But it was fun, right?
Right.
But when you get married and you want to settle down, and I'm not that young anymore. I can't do the all-nighters.
Right. Right.
And I was gaining weight because all they feed you up there is sugar, right?
Oh yeah.
Because you need that energy, right?
They need you to sleep. No sleep.
Yeah. You are like, for
Caffeine
example,
and sugar.
you're shooting a car commercial and you're out in the Mojave Desert, right? At like 3 a.m. in the morning, and the sun's gonna rise at 4 something, right? And before it gets really hot, and you're shooting, right? And you're right, or late at dawn or something. You're out there, and you're trying to drive a truck to scrape the sand so it doesn't look like there's a track anywhere, that kind of stuff, and let it wait 10, 20 minutes, 30 minutes for the sand to settle before the car, and those kind of things. So those were the hours. Now I'm settling into, I'm just my day job, believe it or not, is I'm a postie now. I deliver mail.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Actually, I'm still kind of a engineer, and I wanted a little less stressful jobs. I was thinking about getting a job at post office.
I got out of it because of I worked for these companies like Harris Corporation, Raytheon's. They became the broadcast industry. I got the company I worked for eventually got bought by this bigger company, and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Right. This is when finally, by the time 3D, remember 3D on TV came out?
Yeah, 3D. Yeah.
That's when I left the industry, because it's just gotten to a point where we're just chasing, I guess, the almighty dollar or something.
Yeah.
These companies,
Of course.
support shareholders and stuff. And I wasn't enjoying myself anymore. It wasn't as fun. And I left that. And also the effects industry was the digital industry gotten to a point where they were just cranking out these like young interns that were just, they're burnt out now. I see a lot of them.
But you got a lot of overseas workers out there too, I'm sure.
Yeah. It was. I feel bad for them, because a lot of the kids go into this. They think they're gonna do fame and fortune, but they're like, when I worked for Disney as a what do they call it, in betweener. I remember just drawing. You're not like, when you graduate, you think you're gonna work for Disney and you're gonna draw what you want to draw. No, you actually, when you work for Disney, you are in a pipeline. You draw. If they say, you have a art director who's responsible for a look and a feel, you got to draw exactly the same thing, right? Like, you sit there all day, 8 hour day, 9 hour day, you're just trying to crunch away, and you're sleeping under your desk, you're sleeping on the couch in the lounge or whatever the stuff is, because deadlines due. And at the end of it, you're looking at it, it's like, oh, I ended up making like less than they give you like a $300,000 project, and at the end of it you're like, oh my god, we barely had enough just to turn the light on.
The just recently Pixar lay off a whole bunch of people that normally keep from project to project.
Yeah.
So it's like it seems like a Pixar was only one of the studios that kept people. Normally studios will let go of the people once the project is over and start with another.
That was back then. I was part of the union.
Mhm.
It was okay. I was working on all these projects, and it was small enough. Now you got the Disney of the world, the Paramount of the world, and they're run by. Before, back then, they were run by somebody who were an artist and knew how to tell stories, and right. And
Yeah.
you can see it in the passion. Now it's just the Avenger movie. I mean, these guys are cranking them out like left and right. I mean, they make billions of dollars, but the billions of dollars goes to the shareholders and the guys on top. It doesn't go to the animators and the artists and stuff,
Creators.
right?
Right.
I mean,
And,
I've offered like when I do a cover for Marvel or DC, it's only $300 and something.
Oh yeah.
It's not that much. Unless you're like the older guys like Alex Ross and stuff, like you can demand $10,000, $20,000, right?
Do you get the? I mean, and it's a digital copy, so you don't even have the originals. Then
I don't own them anymore. A lot of it, I don't own them anymore. Like for example, if some of the contracts, if I work on like a piece, I mean it belongs to them. It's all digital. I hand over the digital file, but I can't like print it on a T-shirt. I can't print it on a cup. I can't, because
Yeah.
the merchandise is all sold already, right?
Yeah.
It belongs to them. But what allows me to do is I can make prints, right? Sign each one and sell at a convention. But I can't throw that on the internet and say, here, buy a print, right?
Oh, okay.
They want a license. They want a piece of that, right?
Yeah.
It's part of their license, because a lot of my stuff you'll see like being sold on calendars and blankets and lunch boxes and stuff, right? I get like, before you used to get royalties, now you don't. It's outright pay, right? Here's $600 or $1,000 or $3,000 for a painting, right?
So, are you able to support the family with going to this convention and selling and whatnot and stuff?
I do the convention for fun. I meet other artists, and I tell artists, don't undervalue yourself. Charge accordingly. Charge according to your hours, right?
Right.
I remember when first starting, I was doing like a whole week's of drawing just for $100. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't know your value, right?
Yes.
That's what that is, right? Later on, when you get older, you understand your value, right? That's the thing, right? I charge at least, when I do a cover, like 200, 250, 275, right?
Well, I mean that's a lot of work going in there.
It is a lot of work, right? It is
Yeah.
a lot of work, but it's beautiful. It's for the collectors, and what it is I make sure that I don't damage the book. So I put cardstock here, and I tape things down, and right, because these things are collectors get some, right?
Yeah.
I got to make sure I don't damage a lot of.
Have you ever thought about taking the staples out and just working on it separately?
Well, once you take the staple out, you kind of damage the book, and it becomes less valuable.
Oh, you think there's no way to take the staple out without
There's
damaging
no way,
the book?
but I don't understand the grading process, because me handling this is already damaging the book.
Right.
just drawing on it is damaging the book.
Right.
Like I put tape, right, to keep it flat. I paint, right? I use airbrush on top, right? That's
Yeah.
already damaging the edge, and I don't know how they.
I mean, I see these guys. I see these guys who restore old books. You know,
yeah,
they will take the staples out. I mean, they'd be super careful about it. And
I'm sure. Yeah, but that's a lot more work than needs to be, right?
yeah. Usually, artists get 9.8s from CGC.
Yeah. I don't know. Like some people, a lot of people are starting to ask me, and I say, "Here's my CGG artist number. Just I don't know when you fill it out, just give them the number and grade it because I don't understand the grading process, right?
Right.
Everybody's like, well, this is a 1 of 1 because it's me, right?
Yeah.
Right. Unless I start producing this left and right, and like when I just did this last night, right? So I planned that, and I will auction it off next week, and it was just me having a little bit of fun, right? Drawing females and stuff, right? Just
Right.
I saw the release of Ryan Reynolds and what's his name, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine and stuff.
Yeah.
And I thought I'd make a fun because I knew everybody would be on the online doing their paintings or their drawings and stuff like that. So I figured, hey, I'll do Lady Deadpool and X-23, right? So yeah, it's just you're just being creative and figure out what to do. I found out that this cover is like it's a 2012. It's gotten satin finish and ink doesn't stick on very well.
Yeah.
Right. So I start drawing on it and all of a sudden everything kind of slides right off. Then I figured out that if I spray it with an airbrush medium, it caused this grit surface and things hold. Right. But
well, I've been collecting sketch covers myself, so I could work on those myself. But
yeah, I have a whole box of it next to me, right?
Yeah.
Then Whatnot sent me these variant covers by Rob Liefeld and all these people, and I have no idea what to do with these. So I figured what I'm going to do is I know the actress, the voice actress, Ann Kohler or something.
Oh, really? Okay.
She's the voice actress Jubilee. She's going to be in town next week. So I figured I'll do a bunch of Jubilee sketch cards and get her to sign it and toss it in with the book and just sell it on my store. But these are variants that are
Oh, so you do have the stores and everything. Perfect. Good.
Well, that's on the Whatnot app.
Oh, Whatnot app. Okay.
Right.
You don't have a
store. They send me these things where I have so Whatnot sent me a card that says, okay, well, we only printed 1,200 pieces of this cover, 1,000 pieces of that cover. So I got a silver out of the 500 and those kind of stuff. I'm like, but I'm not a retailer. Why are you sending me this, right? I'm a comic book artist, right? So yeah, they did these Whatnot con kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
I decided the eBay, local shops.
Yeah.
And the
I don't want
that's enough for me. I mean,
I rather have people go to the local shop and buy the books because I don't want to take away that from them. So I figured what I'll do is I'll sell it with a commission. So I'm gonna bundle it together. I'll put this up, and if I do a 4x6 painting, right? So you get a commission. So you're really paying for a commission. And I just throw in the book.
Well, do you have a success in Whatnot? Whatnot's pretty good.
Whatnot at the very beginning they had a category called Whatnot had a category called comic art.
Mm.
And literally you would go into the comic, then there's a section called comic art. You would go in there and you would find all of us comic book artists. Somebody like Todd McFarlane's on there. Rob Liefeld's on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Those big guys. Really?
They're on there, but once they go on, once they stream, all the people that are in my stream jumps out.
This is just crazy.
The nature, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the nature, right?
Yeah.
I mean, let's see. Todd McFarlane went on the one time I was online. I was like, "What's going on?" I got 0 view now, right? He was running a charity, and he took out an 8.5 by 11, and he drew Spawn on it, and he put it up for auction, and somebody bought it for $7,000.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Right? Or Venom. Sorry, he drew Venom because he.
I mean, I saw what's his name's. He's just doodling. I mean, just doodling on a. It had a text. It had a little bit of sketch.
Yeah.
It was from Jim Lee, and they were selling for like $1,000.
Yeah. It's crazy, but you know, it's part of the game, right? It's nice.
Yeah.
And sometimes
I would pay $4,000 for those. But I mean, some of the art that you guys create, these are even. I mean, oh, who's this? Who are you? Is it Biggie?
Who am I?
Hey, Biggie, what's up?
Oh.
Wow! Oh, well, you've been watching us, Biggie?
No, I don't know what's going on. I just saw a link and hopped in.
Oh, okay. I was just drawing some stuff. I was doing a little exercise, and Loquin, he just jumped on, and I found out he's an amazing artist. And
yeah, that was beautiful. Great job, man.
He's been coaching me, and he's been teaching me, and then he promised to come on to one of our Asian American Heritage Month show.
Oh shit! Am I on one of them only Asian shit? I could go, man, if you don't want me.
I don't know if I'm classified as Asian or not. I'm more like
You're not Asian?
I don't want to fuck your whole thing up, dude. If it's only Asian.
No. This is not all Asian. This is just random hangout show. I mean, it's
Omniac thing. It's 2 a.m. Okay.
I was just scrolling through some live feeds, and I saw him sketching, and I'm like, oh, he's sketching. This is kind of cool, right? And he set a timer, and I'm watching him, and you know, I'm sitting there, I'm going like, wait, you got to be a little more loose. You gotta loosen up, because he's just busy concentrating on the eyes and stuff instead of the whole form. And I'm watching his clock counts down, right? And he's still at that one spot, and all of a sudden he looks over and he sees his clock's getting closer, and he starts scrambling, and he gets all flustered and stuff. And I said, this is not, drawing is not supposed to be like this. Drawing is supposed to be relaxing and fun, and, right? You make a mistake, you just learn from it. You just go on, right? Then I saw him pulling out the eraser, and he's starting to erase, and I knew exactly what he was doing when he did that. Was I've done it where I see something, I start erasing, and I'm too fixated on it, and I made it worse.
Yeah.
That's the issue, right? Now I understand if you're doing like on a piece, like a sketch cover, yes, you need to get it correct, right? So there's tricks that I do. I take a picture of it and I flip it on my phone to see what I did wrong.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I do for a lot of this stuff, right?
Yeah, and especially if you do any kind of digital drawing, you could flip it.
Yeah, on my canvas and stuff. Yeah. Those kind of things, right?
Now I was trying to be fancy.
Oh no! Like me, I'm like
that's what things
now. Once you get to it, it's all about like it becomes fun later because you know you're painting. I'm painting, right?
I had fun. I had fun because you came up.
Yeah. Right. So like,
I accomplished the goal of the day. I mean, I got free advice, free teaching, and then he's gonna come up and look at all this great, amazing art, man. So
this is I started out like you can see. Let me see if I can find it. So there. So those are the pieces. So I start out with something like that, and I didn't like it. Right? I was just frustrated with it. Then I started doing that. I got better. Then I did a wash. Then I messed up.
Yep.
Then I went over, and here's another one.
Oh, that's good.
Right? But again, I'm not done. I'm waiting for the paint to dry. Then I'm gonna go over it and I'm gonna lighten it, and I'm gonna. So this is like what they call like an underpainting. This is just my shadows, where my skin tone's gonna be. Then I go in and I start lighting it. So it's all about like I make mistake. See, I just go on.
Yeah, the first one wasn't horrible. It kind of looks like the last one. It looks like you kind of just made it a little better.
Yeah, it's sometimes it's the proportion. It looks like she's extending too much. So there's certain things that after a while you kind of instinctively see after you draw for so often, right? Until it feels a little bit more comfortable. That's really what it is. I can't really quite explain it. It just becomes that kind of right.
I got my friend asking for late Vampirella from me. Okay, I'll draw loose.
There you go. Oh yeah, Lady Death. That's right. I haven't done that in a while. I do these on Sunday on my whatnot stuff. I do these special where I do these sketch cards, right?
Oh, nice.
So they are because I do sketch card for Upper Deck. I want to show it to you, but I can't because they haven't been officially released, right? So, but for me, a lot of it is like I do these sketch cards because I get to experiment, right? So this is all acrylic, right?
Oh,
So I paint with acrylic, and they're mixed media because sometimes I use airbrushes, and I try out different techniques, splatters, stencils. I make stencils. Like I have an airbrush, and I do these little I do an anime because I've don't draw anime much, but I want to try anime. I want to try manga. I want to try. So I'm always trying techniques. It's the reason for it is when I was art directors and all this stuff, when I worked for these people, it's like they hire you because they might like your style for certain projects, but it's not always the case. If you're working for Disney, for example, you draw what the art team, you have to draw what they draw, right? If you're drawing for Disney, if you work for Mattel, you got to draw like Mattel's draw their stuff. If you work so that's why I'm I have to be very versatile for that kind of industry. So if you want to get into
it's not. There's no time to develop your own style.
You kind of fall into your own style, but I don't know if something I have my own style, but I don't know if it's my own style. It could be because I grew up in the 90s, the 80s, where Jim Lee was a big influencer, right? Will, I can't pronounce his name. Pinchot? No, Will, not Wildcat, but what was the...
Lafayette?
No, the guys from Image Comics. I'm trying to remember the...
Will.
He's Filipino.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah. He did not Wildcat, I'm trying to remember. But I kind of grew up with their style. That was my influence for those guys. Things like Eric Larson, the scratchy kind of, the action lines and stuff like that. I kind of grew up with that, but also at the same time, I was in the Japanese manga stuff, and I love action lines. I love, those streaks and stuff like that. but again, when you get into these kind of stuff, I'm experimenting. I'm always trying out. This is what a mixed media does. This is how I do Bane, or see if I can get
Cool.
there you go, right? So
Right.
that's Copic, acrylic. I'm doing lightings and pencils, and so I love working with the different. So you can see the surface itself, right? So it's kind of cool.
Cool.
Then-
It's awesome.
Then when I get projects that are like for upper decks and stuff like that, so I have one, but I can't say what the product's for. So they asked me to do a, X-Men kind of card set. So they're all stacked together. So I have to come up with a composition. So this is my first initial steps. That's what I was telling Naman there about. He's got to be loose. He's got to be, then I bring in these little, you see these gray tones are how I work out my contrasts and what I'm looking at, the concentrations, right? So I have this where Cyclops is shooting across this way. So I figured, okay, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a light tone, maybe an airbrush here to lead across. So what happens is when somebody breaks a deck, right? I'm just learning all these terms, right? So when they break it and they pick this card, it could be a standalone card. It won't affect the next two, right? Or the next one after it. But if you want to collect all three, this is what you're going to get, or all five, right? So I got a set of villains, and they ship me 30 cards. So I came up with a combo for them. So I got to do a set of these. So you can see this is my first initial pass. My second pass is I kind of tweak what they look like, how they, maybe I'll move this guy a little closer, move that guy. So once I get all that passed, then I pulled out the card and, I tape it to a board and I do these, right? So this is like, for example, I just tape it to a board and I start drawing on them. Like when I do, let me see here. So this is an official card stock for Ultraman, right? So I tape that down because I'm going to use airbrush and spray paint and stuff like that. And that way, when I use my brush pen, I can go outside on the right. So it's nice and smooth because, when you're drawing, you want to go a smooth line as quick as possible to draw that line. So when you get to things like,
I could just imagine your room because you're using such a
it's
diverse-
messy.
Yeah. I mean, not a messy chaos. I mean, I can see all these airbrush, residues and
Yeah. Like, I swat. I try out. So this is charcoal pencil. So I bought a bunch of charcoal pencil and I tried it out and I do these blending stuff. So I know on the paper type that I do. This is my color pencils. So I have an idea, right? Then I swat out like these my marker sets.
Yeah.
So
You need to create your own channel just on teaching arts.
No, there's a lot of channel people. I have my own channel. I was thinking about that, but it's a lot more work. I'd rather just draw.
Yeah, I understand.
Right? I was verified by
You know Kim Jong-gi? You know him?
yes.
Yeah. He just come in, he just go live and start drawing. That's all he does.
Yeah. I mean I it's just fun. I just wanna like I'm not doing anything for any projects because through the week I am doing commission work for Upper Deck, Dynamite, all these companies, and I'm drawing what they're asking me to draw.
Right.
But sometimes, like when you're drawing Transformer for the 40th anniversary edition, you're kind of sick and tired of it because they right?
Yeah, I understand.
Like a lot of my requests is always been when I do a commission is Venom or Wolverine. I'm tired of those guys. I could draw them blindfolded, right?
Well, that's one of the things I want to do really quick on is that draw the Wonder Woman bust.
Yeah.
Because I go to these shows and a lot of these guys bring in stickers and whatnot. To hey, this is my channel. So I didn't buy any of those stickers. So I just say, I'm gonna make you just these cards. And so I want to just be able to draw really quick, so just give to them.
So this is what I do. This is what I normally do at cons and stuff. I have business cards. That's my business card. On the back is a sketch section.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
And that's what I do. Sometimes I sketch and I just stack them out there, and people grab them. It's like, oh, here's Wolverine. Oh, here's those, they become fun. They just become fun, right?
Yeah.
So those are the kind of things. Or you print yourself a bunch of sketch cards, right? So like I bought these from Sketch magazines, right? They're a lot of fun. Right, I'm always trying out new medias, new stuff. It becomes, it's something I'm allowed to do, right?
Yeah,
it's a luxury, I guess, to do art.
Hello, answer Joe, and then let's head on out and let's save all this stuff for our next show.
No worries.
Do you get to read the books beforehand? You can tell us which books are gonna have a first appearance. Joe, you trying to have some advantage over other collectors?
There's the Marvel cards. I know what's coming. I just don't know when it's going to be released. I already did a whole sack of them. I know my Instagram follow will explode once the announcement is official. So I know I did a stack of them, and I got a whole stack now.
Yeah,
and they're for a special edition. They're fantastic. I want to show it to you guys, but I can't. It's part of the NDA. Right? So it's one of those, right? I have friends. You gotta talk to Oliver. Oliver's from the Philippines. He's not from the Philippines. He's a friend of mine. He's locally here. They formed a group called Spent Pencil, and Oliver does a lot of fantastic stuff. He does stuff for IDWs and stuff like that. That's why I met John Boy. I was at Niagara Falls.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of we kind of. That's why I like doing cons, because I get to meet other artists, and it becomes a we go out for drinks. We go.
Is that you, Luke?
Yeah, it's me right there.
Okay.
The guy in the hospital bed right there. That's me right there. Right.
All right.
I had no idea I had a heart attack.
Oh, geez.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I was my day job is postal worker. I was literally I'm healthy. I'm running back and forth. That's so you can see the zipper down the middle there.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is a triple bypass surgery, by the way.
Oh my gosh.
So I got the.
You're okay now, right? We can talk about this.
I'm okay now. I can do approximately 6 minutes and 29 seconds of strenuous running or working or something. They did a stress test where before I can use up a lot of my oxygen in my blood because my heart's still healing, right? That's why I don't do cons right now, right? That's the whole thing. A lot of it is you can see I was just literally dropping off a box at somebody's house, and I was walking back to the car. I just ran out of breath. I had no idea why.
Anyway, we're gonna next year we're gonna invite a whole bunch more Asian artists. You're coming this year. We'll invite your friend next year.
No worries, no worries. I don't because I'm not from the Pacific area.
Yeah, I mean, you're Asian. That's all it counts. That's so
But I'll gladly move to Hawaii.
but yeah, I mean, no, they've been like changing this up. It was at first it was Asian American Herdsman, then they changed it to Asian American Pacific Islander Herdsman.
Oh, okay.
This year they changed it to Asian American Pacific Islander Honolulu, and
Yeah,
some,
exactly.
just AAPI. That's it. But anyway,
No worries.
I'm gonna go to sleep. I learned an awesome lesson. Thanks for coming up, Biggie. Good seeing you.
Yeah, no problem. I'm sorry if I jumped in unannouncedly. I was just bored, but I try to be polite. Yeah, I was just listening.
Too, so.
Biggie's awesome, dude. Biggie's awesome, dude. He's yeah.
I just collect comics. I don't draw anything. I just know Namen because he bought a couple of mystery boxes from me. He's a really nice guy.
I helped him get 181. Hulk 181.
I got Hulk 181. Yes.
Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh wow!
That's what I'm gonna claim, Biggie. I helped Biggie get 181.
You did do that. You did.
Oh wow! Oh, wow.
But anyway, have a good night. Thanks, chat, for coming by.
Thanks for the invite.
Have a good. Remember, watch my message, okay?
Got it.
All right, we'll see you guys. Bye bye.
Yeah. See ya.